All right, guys, we're recording. So we are ready to go. Good evening to all of you. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your night to hop on. I want to give you just a high five for just doing this for yourself and for your business. I promise you that after you hear from our guests tonight that you will leave feeling so inspired. So just way to go. I hope you guys have your paper and your pen ready to take some notes. Please remember to mute yourselves as we're on. There we go. Just, yeah, like I said, just stay muted, please. For those of you that don't know, my name is Alicia Gegg. I'm an ambassador diamond with the company. I've been with the company for more than 8 years, and I am so excited for our Zoom tonight. So as we are having our Zoom, please feel free to utilize the chat. If you have any questions for our guest, during the Zoom, please feel free to ask them on the chat. Or if you have an aha moment, please drop that over there in the chat. So without any further ado, for those of you guys that don't know, Krissy Mueller is my sister. I'm not going to tell you which one of us is older or younger, but I will say that we are sisters and not twins. But we joined the business very close to each other and have loved the journey. So, and she just promoted to the second highest rank in the company. Presidential Diamond earned herself a $25,000 bonus. You guys, that was on top of the $100,000 in bonuses that she had already earned in the previous year. So totaling $125,000. And making it to Presidential Diamond earns her an average monthly paycheck of around $16,000 a month. So I want you to hear from her. I want you to hear her story. I want you to be inspired by her. So welcome, Krissy, to the Zoom.
Hello. I'm so excited. That was probably one of the best introductions I've ever received. So thank you.
Well, I know you pretty well. I know you just
a little bit. So, yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, okay, Chris, I want you to just introduce yourself. Just kind of give just everybody a little bit of a rundown of who you are, and then we'll kind of get into your story.
Absolutely. So I'm Krissy Mueller, Alicia's sister, not gonna say younger or older, but she is the one who introduced me to this amazing business. So way back in 2011, Alicia and I worked at the very same salon in our super small town, like no Walmart, 2 stoplights, drive an hour if you want to go shopping somewhere, like legit super small town. And she said, hey, you guys, I'm having a wrap party at the salon tonight. Do you guys all want to come? And no idea what this wrap party meant, knew nothing about it. And so I show up back at the salon that evening and I try a wrap, and I was intrigued. And so I signed up to be a customer that night. So I was one of her very first few customers within the business. And I sit back and I watch from the sidelines for 4 months watching her do this business. And I was blown away because, one, I was so clueless to the whole network marketing industry. I had never done anything like this. Honestly, whenever I heard of network marketing, if I even heard the term, I probably thought of 31 or Pampered Chef. You just didn't know anything about the industry. So I just sat back and I watched her do this, very intrigued, but never spoke that I was intrigued about this. And then she approached me with this because I was brand new in the salon. I was trying to build up my clientele. We could have seriously used that extra $500 a month, so bad, but nobody knew that from the outside looking in. You would have just thought things were comfortable for us. And we made it look as if things were comfortable for us. But inside of the walls of the house, Derek and I, we weren't engaged or married yet, but we were brand new into this new adult life that we were trying to tackle on together. And he's working out of town. And the way it worked in the salon, like I didn't get paid if I didn't have a client in my chair. So here I was trying to build up my clientele. He's on my case to get a second job. I did not want to get a second job. Like I loved my evenings and I loved my weekends, and I didn't want to have to give that up going to do something that I didn't want to do. So I loved the freedom I already had. So whenever I was approached with this, one, I said no, because we're in the same town. Like we can't do this thing in the same town, right? Like that was my mindset. Two, I've never done anything like this. I won't be good at this. And three, just no, thank you. And I said no a few times. And then finally, I don't know what it was, I said yes. And I said yes. And I don't think I even knew then that I was saying yes to network marketing or direct sales or anything like that. I probably thought I was just saying yes to slinging body wraps and trying to bring in some cash to my clientele. And that was about it. And so I said yes. I went after that shopping spree because you guys, yes, even back in 2011, we went for shopping sprees. And this is where like my story kind of gets a little bit interesting, is like Alicia gave me a customer. I conned my dad into being a customer. I got one of my good friends and then somebody off of Facebook. And then I just sat back and I'm like, all right, I'm good. We don't need to like do anything else. And so I sat back for a while and I just watched and watched. And then I'm like, well, why isn't this working for me? And then it kind of took a mind shift for myself, but also an event for myself to really see the difference within that. So I still kind of like 1 foot into the water, 1 foot out of the water for about 1.5 years. And that's whenever Alicia talked me into, I needed to go to conference. So I went to conference after 1.5 years into the business. I hadn't ever promoted or anything like that. Derek was like, Krissy, this is kind of like you're supposed to be making money here and not just spending money every single month and not getting anything in return. Because I had been doing that for 1.5 years. So I went to that event and something like truly magical happened. Like it was in that moment that I'm like, okay, like I am in this for the long haul. Like there's no more quitting. There's no more giving up. And I've got to give this business a shot. Because that's whenever I realized, like, you get out of this what you put into it. Like, bottom line, that's truly what it is. So that following month, I promoted to executive for the first time. And then the following month, I believe I promoted to Ruby. And then so 5 or 6 months from that conference, I had promoted to Diamond. And then 1.5 years goes by, I think it was, I promoted to Double Diamond, and I earned a $15,000 bonus, I think. No, a $30,000 bonus. And then I promoted Derek's account to Diamond and I earned him a $20,000 bonus. So we did that in the same month and we earned $50,000 in bonuses. And I want to just add that like none of that would have been possible if I would have given up whenever I like truly doubted myself and the potential in this business. And we've had so many roadblocks along the way. Like we've had so many hurdles. We've had people quit. Like I've doubted myself and my potential here and my leadership and all of that. But I brought myself back to that conference whenever I was like, okay, I've got to do this. Like there's no more quitting here. I cannot place this blame on anybody else but myself. And if I want this to work, like I've got to make this work. And so now here we are, 2019, and finally Presidential Diamond. And I want to add that like whenever we went to that conference, it was in that moment that I told myself, like, it doesn't matter if it takes me 10 years to make $1 million here, because you guys, I was never going to see the type of income that I see today with this company still standing behind the chair. And I loved doing hair. I absolutely loved it. But like, I found a new passion along the way. And I've just become so passionate about this company and these products and changing lives. And I think that's why we got to where we are today, because of the passion that we have for all of it here. So that's kind of my story.
Perfect. So, okay, I want to rewind a little bit. So, a lot of those who are on here listening tonight might have a job, outside the home, might be working 40 hours a week. We did that in the beginning. And I want you to talk about, being a hairstylist. How did you make this business work as a hairstylist? Because you did, okay, but also you didn't get in to make $16,000 a month. So I want you to kind of talk about how you made this work then, and then kind of how it's transpired to this.
Absolutely. So I utilized the people that I had every day in front of me. Like we all, like maybe not all of us, but at some point we see people every single day. And I utilized, whether that was the same people I was seeing every day, or maybe that was somebody new that I was seeing every day. Like I utilized the people that I was put in front of to share these products with them. But I utilize those small pockets of my day. So if I put color on somebody's hair, I went into the break room and I got on my phone and I was sending messages, putting a post out, responding to messages. And the thing is like, I was busy. Like I'm more busy now than I was then, but like I was busy, but I utilized the time because I remember seeing something one time that says we all have 24 hours in the day. It's just a matter of how you're going to use them. So I cannot be mad that somebody spent their 24 hours like doing amazing things, and I cannot complain about me not doing anything in my 24 hours. So I truly fit this into those small pockets of the day. Like I'd maybe lose an hour of sleep at night, or maybe I got up a little bit earlier, but like me looking back now, do you think I miss any of the sleep that I missed last year, the year before that? Like I don't miss any of the sleep that I missed out on because I was working my business.
Right. So, okay, why did you say yes to this opportunity? Like when we joined, it was $200 to get started. So why did you say yes?
I saw the potential of what could be. I didn't say yes to network marketing. Like I said yes to just the idea of an extra $500 a month. And I saw that you had already done that. And I'm like, okay, if she can do it, like maybe even if I could just do half of that, that's an extra $200 to $300 a month. Like if I did that, I made my investment back, whether my investment was $200, $20, $99. Like if I could just do that, like I was good, because I deserved to find out if this was going to work for me or not. And so just seeing the potential of what this could be, and what this could be was not $15,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Like it was $500 a month. And I did not see my sights beyond that. But I think like once you get your foot in the door, you're like, man, like we can actually dream a little bit bigger here.
So let's talk about dreaming a little bit bigger. Like tell everybody really what has It Works done for you. What has it done for you and your family?
Okay. So there's a lot. Like, I mean, shoot, we're almost creeping up on 8 years here. So, I mean, there's a lot that's happened in 8 years. So, within like, and I said this in the beginning that like, I absolutely love doing hair. Like in my mind, I was going to be doing hair for the rest of my life. And I was okay with that because I absolutely loved it. But I found something else that I loved a little bit more. And who knew you would love being your own boss so much? So within like I think it was at the end of 2014, I stepped away from the salon. And you guys, like that was like the scariest thing that I did. Like Derek and I went back and forth for months on that, of whether that was going to be worth it for us, because we wanted to make sure that my It Works income was good to, I had replaced my salon income already, but we needed to just be secure in me stepping away from that. And whenever I stepped away from that, like in 2 months, we earned $50,000 in bonuses. So I think we did okay with that decision. But it was also around that time, in 2013, Derek and I were like, okay, it's time to like start trying to have a baby here. And then like times go by and more years go by and like nothing happens. And so I like to think that I joined this business for an extra $200 to $300, maybe $500 a month. But truly, like this business was brought to me to be able to fund infertility, essentially. So in 2000, there's like a lot of years within like my history here. In 2015, we're like, okay, like we need to kind of seek out some help here. So we did. And then a year goes by, and then the dreaded 3 letters pop up of IVF. And then whenever like IVF gets brought up, you're thinking like, okay, like we can't afford this. But then I had my side income here. So that was like being able to fund that has been like such an amazing blessing there. So within like 2014 to 2018, my like It Works business has been able to fund absolutely all of $100,000 in cash towards the fertility treatments. So that was like insane to just look back at our bank account of like my business and to see like a $10,000 check going out, an $8,000 check going out. Like that would have never happened me working in the salon whatsoever. Like we just wouldn't have been able to afford that. But then, so whenever I started this business, Derek was working out of town. And then, so that was one of the reasons we placed the blame on us not getting pregnant. But because I was able to bring in so much with the business, Derek was able to work in town, and we finally got to see each other like every single day and actually be a married couple together. So that was pretty amazing to be able to bring him from working out of town to working in town and be a normal married couple together. And then, so not only did I bring him home, quit my job, get to pay all of the fertility, whenever I joined this business, like being in debt was just like a normal thing for me. Like if you wanted something and you couldn't afford it, you just swiped your credit card. Like that was just the norm for us. Like I think it was a norm for us because we grew up, I would say we grew up kind of fortunate. And whenever our parents wanted something, they just went and got it. Well, I couldn't afford to just go get it. So it just went on a credit card, and I just thought that was normal. And so we had a wedding loan because I thought I needed this magnificent wedding. So the business allowed us to pay off $75,000 worth of debt outside of the fertility bills that included our wedding loan, our car loan, like towards car loans, medical debt, credit card debt, because I'm like, if you want discounts at a store, you need to go get a credit card there. And so like, we just racked up so much debt over the years, and to be able to just wipe that clean because of the business has just been, makes like breathing just so much easier. Like you can go to the grocery store and not be like, please don't say decline, please don't say decline. And so like, that has been just like a blessing in itself. But to think like, stay-at-home mom would be a title that I would wear. It's not something I would have ever envisioned, but it just goes to another thing that It Works has allowed us to do within these 7.5 years.
And thank goodness, because sweet baby Kinley girl, I couldn't imagine her not being in our life. So
Right.
Thank you. It Works for that.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. So obviously It Works has completely changed your life. It's very obvious that all of that has happened, and a lot more, because like you said, there's been a lot of years. You have your dream house, and you've redone your kitchen, and you drive your dream cars, and it's all of that, and it is so much more. Like I have, in like me being me and watching you and seeing you transform into who you are today, like you're a completely different person. You're so much more confident. Your mindset is just like where it needs to be as successful as you are. Okay. So try to explain to those who are out there watching the importance of mindset, because it's very easy to, like, when you tell your story, life happened. Life happened hard for you. And for a lot of people, that could have been a very easy, like, I'm out, like, so explain just how important mindset is.
Yes. So it's funny whenever I tell people that I was like one of the most like negative people prior to this business, and you would never think that you joining network marketing could bring you into like the best version of yourself. But it is amazing whenever you surround yourself with people that are just, they're there to cheer you on and help you be the best version of you. And so I think the people is one thing that truly, like, that in itself helps your mindset, because like you're around the people that you surround yourself with. And even if like we don't get to see each other every day and we only get to see each other at events, like just being surrounded with people, like doing a Zoom like this just helps my mindset in itself. But I truly do not think I would be where we are today had we not had like the shift in our mindset from one, belief in ourselves and the company and the products, but just like having that positive outlook on life. And I think that just shines through to people. Like they can see that. They can see when you're excited, when you're passionate. So It's funny, prior to this business, if you would have, like, somebody would have said, you need to go spend time on yourself, I would be like, you want me to like just go buy clothes for myself, or like, what do you want me to do? I was like, it wasn't a thing to just like pour into you and your mind and all of that. So if you went and told me to go read a book, I would tell you you're crazy. But like, there's the saying, you cannot pour from an empty cup, and you absolutely cannot. You have got to focus on your mindset. And if your mindset isn't there, like, you are just like, you're running on fumes every single day, and you're just going through the motions every single day. And I think for a little bit of my year and a half, whenever I struggled the business, my mindset wasn't there. And that is first and foremost thing, I think, of what held me back, but I think is what holds so many people back from their utmost potential here in the business, is their mindset. So if you can focus on that mindset, and I think it varies from person to person, because maybe it's reading that book or listening to the audio book, or maybe it's just going and getting a massage and just pouring into you and just letting you have that alone time. Or maybe it's just go sitting in the bathtub and drinking a glass of wine, because sometimes I need those to just focus on me and my mind too. But like, never feel guilty to work on this here. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle, is like, you have that guilt of, well, we're in this like huge momentum time, like I can't focus on me. But you got to focus on you, because if you can't focus on you, you can't focus on anybody else too. And the mindset, I think, is what got me through those hard times, because it was so easy, or it is so easy, whenever you've got so much life, like life in general, just sucking, going on outside this business, it's so easy to withdraw yourself from the business. But it's the people here that are going to bring you out of that suckiness of life. And so when you got the people, and you do have the people because you have this team right here. So when you have the people and you have the mindset, like, it just makes the suckiness of life and whatever we're all going through, like, that much easier for us to overcome, because we do overcome it. Like, it's just a matter of time and keeping yourself plugged into these people and focusing on your mindset.
Kind of goes back to the whole, you might be in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself type thing. You know, that is absolutely one of the best aspects of this business. One of my favorite things. And as far as mindset goes, you know, like, anytime a distributor will come to me and be like, I am just struggling, like, I don't know what to do, my first question to them is going to be, how much personal development have you been doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm here to tell you, you know, Krissy being a presidential, me being an ambassador, like 8 years under our belts, you guys, the 5.5 inches in between your 2 years, that is the most important tool that you can have in your tool belt for being successful in this business. You have
that it's going to make or break your business.
Absolutely. You've got to be growing it. You've got to be focusing on putting the good in, not just like, hey, I'm a badass, I can do whatever I can, but you have to be learning. You have to be constantly be evolving. And honestly, Krissy, that is one of my favorite things in your journey. And one of the things that has inspired me so much to sit back and watch is that you have a crazy drive to just get up and go. If you want to be the best at something, you're going to go out there and you're going to learn how to do that. And what I'm talking about with this is Instagram, okay? Right before Instagram was even that big, with, you know, a platform that we were using to really build this business, you decided that it was going to be your platform. And you went out there and you learned, and you researched, and you did all of that. So talk to them about that. Like, you know, talk to them about like getting outside the box and just learning and doing and just doing whatever they need to do to grow their business.
I think the difference between when I joined or you joined this business and compared to somebody who joins today, we didn't have resources at our fingertips. We didn't. And so whenever somebody joins today, they have these amazing team pages. They have this amazing like back office, or all of these leaders that are sharing these tips and tricks on Zooms and all of that. And we didn't have that. And whenever we did have it, it was limited as to what we were doing. So it was up to me to figure it out. And like at that time, it was also like what I was doing wasn't working. And I knew that I had to keep doing this. So I had to find something that was going to work. So you know what I did? I went on YouTube and I would search how to work your business on Instagram. I would go on Google and I would search tips for working your business on Instagram. And I knew from just my experience of just watching other leaders, but my experience and my journey here, that it wasn't going to be me just watching a YouTube video, me giving this a try for a week. It was going to be me watching a YouTube video, and then I was going to give this a try for 6 months and keep going even after those 6 months, even if I didn't enroll a customer from Instagram. And to this day, like I've built up such a successful platform on Instagram because I didn't give up, even whenever like there weren't all these resources out there. But at the end of the day, like I paid $199 and I am the CEO of my business. Alicia is not the CEO of my business. Mark is not the CEO of my business. So it's up to me if I want this dang thing to work here. And so I'm going to take matters into my own hands and just learn. Like we are never too far into this business where we can't learn more. Like things are evolving all the time, every single day, every single week. And it's up to us to be ahead of those trends. So I'm not going to wait on Leisha to learn the newest Instagram trends. Like I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to learn to figure out how to do it on my own, because I'm my own CEO of my business here. And if I want things to grow, like it's truly up to me, I'm going to put it in my own hands.
A to the men. Yes, absolutely. You know, Rachel Hollis says she has become who she is today with a high school diploma and a Google search bar.
For real.
There are so many good tools out there. And there are so many amazing leaders in the company who have YouTube videos. Like if you want to be successful, there's absolutely zero reason why you cannot. You know, the resources are out there for you to be successful. You have all of us, you know, we're your upline, we're your team. We're all here to work together. We are, you know, we work together as a team. So anyway, next question. And then we'll kind of wrap it up because I wanted to keep it kind of close to 30 minutes or so. So what struggles? Okay, we all have some sort of a struggle. There's always hurdles. There's always something that I feel like knocks us down. I'm assuming in your 8 years that you've had those. So I want you to talk to everybody about what those looked like and then what you did to overcome.
Okay, so I mean, honestly, the list could go on and on. I promoted to diamond whenever our diamond charts had 24 names on them, and a month later, every single person on that diamond chart quit except for one person, and I was back down to distributor or executive level. I don't remember. But I picked myself up, and instead of like placing that blame on those people that quit, like, oh my God, those people left me here. They were supposed to keep me diamond. They were supposed to take me to double diamond. Again, I paid $199 and it's up to me to build my business here. It's not up to the people that I sign. It's not up to the people that sign me. I'm going to just go out there and go find some more people. But at the same time, I'm going to figure out why that happened to me. And that's where I think that personal development comes in, that self-development comes in. And it was in that moment that I learned that like this business is not about me. Like it is absolutely not even remotely close to being about me. This is about the lives that I get to change here with this business. And I think I posted this on the team page the other day. If you want your bank account to grow, you need to go out there and change some more lives. And that could not be 100% more spot on than just that right there. I've had people sign up that I thought were just going to freaking like blow this business out of the water. I have said, I signed so-and-so and this girl is about to go diamond in 30 days. Like I'm just so excited about this girl. And then the next day she blocks me on social media or she ghosts me. Or somebody that I thought was going to sign up and then they just go sign up with somebody else. And then I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, why didn't they sign up with me? Like, you guys, I still have these things happening to me as a presidential diamond, as somebody that's been in the business for almost 8 years. Like, these things happen. But you know what? Whether this that's inside this business or outside of this business, life freaking happens. It's part of life. It's part of business. Things are going to happen. And it's just up to us how we react to them. And so whenever this is right in here, it just makes these humps and these hurdles and these speed bumps that much easier to get over. So it's like whenever we hit them, we don't want to stop on that speed bump. Because we know in our mind, because we've been working on our mindset, we just know that we just keep going at them with full speed, and then we'll get over them. And there's going to be more. Like, I think it's silly for us to like put our blinders on to where we think that we're not going to have hurdles and we're not going to have setbacks and we're not going to have days where we're going to be discouraged, because you guys know what? After last month, I promoted to presidential and we had these amazing $20 kits, and I signed like almost the top amount of loyal customers that I've ever signed. And I get into the first week of April and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, why am I in such a funk? Like, I just promoted last month. Like, why do I feel like I can't sign anybody? Like, why am I not attracting somebody? Like, you guys, it's all in this up here. And it's going to happen to you. And it might happen to you the month after you promote, like it happened to me. But like, the thing is like, life moves on, our business moves on, and then you're going to reach something that is truly amazing. And it's going to make those little bitty speed bumps and those little bitty hurdles like seem like the tiniest little thing, because you just kept going and you reached your big thing.
Don't you feel like it's going to be mindset, but don't you feel like if you have a marathon mentality versus a sprint mentality, that you know that the finish line, it's so far ahead of you, and quitting is just totally out of the question. You're not going to quit because you know that you're going to do whatever it takes to reach ambassador, to reach black diamond, to have beach money, to travel to a beach for 6 months out of the year and not work your business, but still draw in $100,000 a month. Don't you think having that mentality is better than having the sprint? You know, if I don't win first right here, I'm going to quit. Or if I don't get 4 loyal customers today, I'm going to quit. I think that all makes a difference, don't you?
Absolutely. I do, because, and I feel like we are all guilty of this, every single one of us. And if you aren't, then you haven't hit this yet. But so many times we place like these like deadlines on things. Like, I have to promote to Ruby by the end of April, or this business just isn't for me. And again, like, this all falls back to, I feel like, mindset, because whenever people quit, they quit for 3 reasons. I feel like they quit because they doubted themselves and their potential. They quit because they doubted the industry, or they quit because they doubted the company. And here's the thing. There has been a proven track record towards this company is not going anywhere. This industry has changed more lives than you can even like flipping count. And if you would just put a little bit of belief within yourself, like, you would reach those goals. And there truly is like no finish line here, because once I reach $50,000 a month, I'm going to want to go for $100,000 a month. And once I reach, and maybe I might fall down to $20,000 a month. And what the heck, guys, like, it's $20,000 a month. Like, just if you keep focus, and it goes back to what I said at that very first conference, is I don't care if it takes me 10 years to make $1 million. You guys know what? I made $1 million in 10 years. Do you think at 10 years somebody's going to be like, so I just don't think your $1 million is that great because you didn't make it in 6 months? Like, it's not going to matter. Or if I am sitting at ambassador and somebody's like, you hit ambassador in 8 years, you're just not as qualified as an ambassador. It's not, it doesn't work out that way. Like, just get there and face the hurdles, the speed bumps and everything else along the way, and don't quit. Like, that, it's just as simple as that. Just don't quit.
And honestly, were you going to make $1 million as a hairstylist? You know, were you going to make that $1 million as your previous job? So, okay. Last thing, guys, okay. I got one question so far. So I am going to ask you, if you do have any questions, utilize the chat. I'm going to give Krissy the platform one more time, and then we will go back to the questions. Any specific questions for Krissy, use them over there. But Krissy, okay. You knew that you were going to have this platform tonight to speak to the masses, to talk to distributors who were brand spanking new, or maybe seasons distributors. So with that being said, what words of advice do you have for anybody that is out there listening tonight?
The biggest thing is just go out there and just freaking do it. Like, literally just go out there and build your business and do it. Because here's the thing. 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, I've had this little voice inside of my head at one point, and it probably says, Krissy, you're a little too late. You just missed the boat. You guys, this boat isn't taking off anytime soon, and you guys all have a spot on this ship, and it's up to you if you're going to utilize it. Are you going to utilize it, or are you just going to quit and throw in the towel? Because here's the thing. Time passes anyway. So let's just say you're like, this is just too hard. This just isn't for me. I'm going to quit. So let's say a year from now, and you see some of us that are on here and we are still like absolutely rocking out of this business. Don't you think you would have wondered, what if I wouldn't have quit? What if I would have really given this business a shot? Maybe I would be a triple diamond in a year from now. Here's the thing. The time is going to pass anyway. If you quit, are you going to be better off than where you were before you joined? Or if you keep going and you just like get past those like doubts and those insecurities that you have within your mind, are you just going to keep going and just really truly reach those dreams? Because I will 1000% assure you guys that if you don't quit, you will reach those goals. And it doesn't matter if those goals are, maybe you just want to be able to earn that shopping spree, or maybe you are just so determined to promote to diamond or triple diamond or presidential or ambassador diamond. Like, you guys just keep going. And I know like the hardest thing within so many of us is that belief within ourselves. Like, am I a good enough leader? Do I look the part? Am I too old or am I too young? You guys, there is no special mold here. The only mold is if you don't quit here. Bottom line, that's the only mold to being successful here. So I like to just say that like, it doesn't matter like who you are, like you truly can make it to the top of this business. And I know with the belief, like you can absolutely do it. So I want to take the belief that I have and that Alicia has within so many of you guys. And until you develop that of your own and you feel comfortable having that in yourself, like just take the belief that we have within each of you and just run with it. And run with it. I don't mean sit on the sidelines with it. And I don't mean just walking with it. I want you to freaking run with this. And don't run and stop whenever you get your first no, because dang it, you're going to get a whole lot of no's and they're going to be discouraging. And some days you're going to have those discouraging moments. Like I just had it at the very beginning of this month, but you've got to just keep going and just freaking do it. Just freaking do it.
Just keep swimming. Just
yes.
Keep swimming. Okay, I got a question for you. How do you motivate your distributors?
I have an answer for you that you're not going to like, and I'm going to tell you that you can't. You truly cannot motivate your distributors, but here's what you can do for them. You can help cast the vision for them. Figure out what their why is within this business. Let them see that this truly can be the answer to their why. Like it absolutely 100% can be the answer to their why. And even if then they still don't see this or still don't want this, that's okay. Because I didn't for my first year and a half. Alicia didn't leave me and drop me to the curb. I knew that she was there whenever that time was ready for me, but she couldn't force me to do this. She absolutely could not force me to do it. It was up to me to decide that I wanted to do this. So that's all you can do. Just let them see that vision. And some people are going to come along with you and some people are not. This business isn't for everybody, but this business is for you. You just got to make it happen.
I do really feel like if you are going to try and force the business, force them to do something, the only thing you're really going to do is to force them out the door.
Absolutely.
You have to understand that this is all a numbers game. honestly. And, Krissy and I were talking about this the other day. It's totally a numbers game for, I think it was 30, I don't know, between like 30 distributors that I had signed in a few months. I think 3 of them are like working the business. And it's just like, it's part of that. Think of, you have a deck of cards and you're constantly trying to find that ace. You're constantly trying to find the ace because the ace means that they're the runner. They want this as bad as you do. You are running. They're going to match your effort. Okay. So you're flipping the cards, you're flipping the cards, you're flipping the cards, and you're getting 2s and you're getting 7s and you're getting 8s and you're getting a queen. And you got a queen, or you got a king, you didn't get that ace yet. And you keep flipping and you keep flipping. And every time you flip, you want to get the ace, but you don't know. And honestly, I don't feel like we have any idea if we're flipping over an ace, So we just have to be that ace ourselves, and us being the ace, we're going to get the ace. You know what I mean? If you're acting as a 7, you're going to get yourself a 7. Mm-hmm. So just be running. Yes, you can get an 8. You can. I promise you, Dana, you can get an ace. It's all about the mindset. Just don't say I can't. Okay? You will.
I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is speak to yourself like you would speak to one of your teammates. Would you tell one of your teammates that I'm sorry, you just can't get an ace, Sally? Like you just can't do it. Like you would never tell her that. So don't tell yourself that. Like you've got to speak life into yourself and life into your business.
Absolutely. Okay, one last question that is in the chat. How do you expand your network?
I love that there are so many ways that you can do this. Like, that's truly amazing. I could go, like for me personally, I am a huge on Instagram. I've been huge on Instagram for a really long time. And I will just tell you, it's just being as simple as me going out there and I just want to go follow some more people so I can just go and create a relationship with them to be able to share the products and the opportunity with them. So literally it's as simple as that. But that's what I love is that there's so many ways for you to do this. You could do it on Facebook. You could do it via expos. You could do it by parties, word of mouth, wearing your at work shirt out in public. Like literally, like as long as you're doing it every single day and you don't stop whenever you reach just a certain amount. Like I do not feel like I will ever fully cap out of my network of where I'm just like, I'm good. I'm just good with these people right here. I like to picture it as my funnel and I constantly want to just be adding more and more and more in here.
Yes. Okay, so one thing, Facebook, remember you got 5,000 people, 5,000 friends that you can have on Facebook. So try to get those 5,000 people. And Instagram is unlimited. You guys, you have your fingertips on millions and millions of people by being out there and being consistent on a daily basis. But also realize it's opening your mouth. It's opening your mouth when you're out in public. And always remember Blitz equals share. Okay. So while Blitz, when I originally thought of a Blitz, okay, I originally thought like I had a Blitz card. I'm walking around the grocery store and I'm stopping rando who's in the waffle aisle and saying, hey, here's a Blitz card, and then running away with my tail in between my legs. Okay. That's what I used to think a Blitz was. Okay. But really a Blitz equals a share. I can share a product on Facebook. I can share a product on Instagram. So just remember to be opening your mouth. If your mouth is closed, your business is closed. Open your mouth. Talk about the products. Talk about the opportunity because your business is open. Okay, I think we had some more questions rolling in. Okay, somebody said, how do you decide between messaging someone about being, about basically doing a loyal customer or becoming a distributor? How do you decide which route to take?
Me personally, I always start out as distributor. I give people that option first. And if they're not interested in being a distributor, I offer them some sort of special that I have going on with the products to just see if they'd be interested in that. If they're not interested in that, I ask them if they would just be interested in maybe winning some samples for me and then go to the host to post route for them.
Perfect. What are some of your personal daily goals you set for yourself?
Okay, so I have a few of them. One is being on my stories every single day on Instagram. putting up, I try to do like 2 posts a day on Facebook. Personal development, a huge one, absolutely for me. Going out there, expanding my network, following up with whether I am following up with my current customers, my team members, or just sending out some new messages, and then engaging with my followers. So that's
speaking of stories, everybody wave. Hey. Okay. Next question. If you only focus on Facebook right now, when is the best time to add another platform?
okay. So this is, I feel like, a tricky question because this could be vary from person to person. If you feel like you are just trying to figure out Facebook, figure it out. I want you to figure that out before you're trying to perfect this and perfect that. And then you're just trying to do this thing and then do that thing. And then you're struggling with both. So I would say figure that one out. And then you can go ahead and figure out another one. So for me right now, I'm probably like 75% Instagram and 25% Facebook. For the longest time, I was 100% Instagram and that was really it. But I've been, within the past year, I've been tapping into more Facebook. And so once you feel like you've truly got something figured out, if it is absolutely working for you, then great, just leave it at that. But if you want to tap into another market or another platform, which I think we should all be utilizing Instagram because it is such a huge thing right now, go for that. But don't feel like what works for me has to work for you as well. Like, it's just going to vary from person to person.
Perfect. Do you use filters on your pictures for Facebook? If so, which one?
Yes, I do. I use the Lightroom app, and I have a couple presets that I purchase off of Etsy for there. But I know that that is not super duplicatable for somebody new. So for my new team members that I help them with putting up some posts to keep their posts super clean and bright and inviting, I just have them download the Pick Tap Go app or any sort of photo editing app that's going to just keep their post looking professional and just inviting, because we want their page to be inviting, that somebody, whenever they go to it, they're going to be like, okay, I want to follow this person. They have decent stuff.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, you guys. I am so inspired. I hope that you guys got so much from tonight. I would love for you to go back to our team page after this. I will put a post up asking for any of your aha moments or anything that you took away from tonight's Zoom, and just post those below. So we do have a recording. We will share the recording with you probably tomorrow if you had some team members who weren't able to hop on, and you can share that with them. So thank you guys again for hopping on. Thank you, Krissy, for taking the time out of your night to inspire everybody with your amazing story. I'm so proud of you, not just as your upline and as your sister, but just, just in every aspect. I'm just so proud of you. So everybody have a good night. Love you all.
Bye, everyone.